in his really cool box. Let's look at the box. Okay, so on the top left of the box, we have Godzilla in the anime trilogy font. We have this very complete picture of Mecha-Godzilla. And over here, we see Master Detail Movie Monster Series Mecha-Godzilla from Bandai. You're essentially going to get the same thing on top, the same thing on the side, with Mecha-Godzilla's height, length, and weight from the movie, obviously not the figure itself. On the back, you'll see Master Detail Movie Monster Series Mecha-Godzilla with another fantastic picture of Mecha-Godzilla. Look at that. Is beautiful. And essentially what's on the one side of the box, the height, weight, and length, is going to be on the other side of the box. Let's get this boy out of the box, finally. Just because I love you a lot, we're going to open this bad boy right on camera. So we can share the wealth of discovery. Ooh. On the lip of the box, we see Master Detail Movie Monster Series. They're really pushing this series, and I hope we see more than just one figure from it, you know? Okay. Very big cardboard insert. Two rather large cardboard inserts. Let me get a shot of that. So when you get the box open, that's going to be the first thing you see. Not really so much the figure. What do you say? How about we get this guy out of the box already? Oh dear. All right, let's get the box out of here for the time being. Oh God. Goodbye, cardboard inserts. Beep, 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 beep. Boom. He's covered in plastics. Let's free our mechanical Goji boy from his plastic prism. Oh wait, what's this? Caution, plastic bags can be dangerous. To avoid danger of suffocation, keep this bag away from babies and children. Good on ya, Bandai. Alright, let's free Antenna Satellite-zilla of all of his cardboard thingies. Oh fuck, this guy's actually kind of heavy. Wow. Wowee, wow. Okie dokie. Would you just look at this? Look at that tail. This is a heavy boy too. He ain't light. Wow. I can't even turn him around all the way. Wow. Just wow. Holy Christ. How about we start off where our ancestors told us to, and let's start at the head. My God, he's a hulking mass of silver. Just look at that. So as you can see, we have more detail over here on more of his face antennae. I have a feeling this head is articulated because he looks a little crooked. There he is. His head is articulated. Man, I feel like no matter where you look, there's just a lot of detail on this thing. None of it's shaded, unfortunately. Most of the shading you're seeing is because of my still not all that great lighting system. But just, wow, holy moly. Let's turn him to the side. Look at that. Like, whoa. I mean, this guy's already won me on dude, the detail in his dorsal fins. I didn't even realize that. Yeah, pan up, Mr. Cameraman. Look at that. Wow. I didn't even realize that. Whoa, jeez. So this guy definitely lives up to the Master Detail Movie Monster Series name. I mean, I'm looking at this guy and I'm seeing detail. Lots and lots of detail. Like this stack of pancakes over here that he calls a neck. This stack of pancakes over here that he calls a neck. It's so cool just seeing that it looks like a stack of pancakes because it's just layers of nanometal right there. And then looking at his arms, all the different pieces, like it looks like this thing was built. And that's something that I really like about this version of Mecha-Godzilla. Anime Mecha-Godzilla, Mecha-Godzilla 4, whatever you want to call him. I like that he actually looks plausible for the time that this movie takes place. Alright, so I was curious about this myself. I was curious to see if this guy actually had teeth, and he doesn't. He's just got like a little beak up here and a little beak down here, and that's pretty much it. There is no teeth present on this version of Mecha-Godzilla. He ain't hiding nothing. I'm sorry, but I'm just going to be marveling at the detail for this figure, a lot. All along the body by the dorsal fins over here. Let me see if I can turn this guy a little bit this way. There we go. There's lines by his dorsal fins. There's different layers to the dorsal fins. Even parts of the body over here. It's just filled with details and designs. The more I look at this figure, the more I really wish he was actually in this movie. God, this boy is too pretty to be a plot device. Look at this. Look at that. That's awesome. I know I'm marveling at pretty basic detail here. I know the Bandai movie monster series really doesn't skimp when it comes to detail. It's mostly just paint, for which this guy is very much a poster child for because he literally has one alternate color on him, and that is red for the eyes. But I'm just impressed. Even the other sides of the dorsal plates are layered. Look at that. Look at that. There's layers to those dorsal plates on sides that really aren't even in focus. But then again, I guess when you make a figure, everything's going to be in focus at some point, but just, whoa! I just feel like a kid in a candy store right now, just looking at all the different parts of this figure. Like, look at the back of his thigh over here. It juts out. It's like a giant jet or something. And it looks like we got rods and receptacles over here, and then just moving into the tail. Like, I'm not going. Oh, yeah, I guess I probably should have realized that the tip of the tail would have articulation, but I'm just not going to get over how nice this looks. Even though it's just one solid color of paint, it's just, whoa. Look at them ducky feet, yo. People have been saying this guy looks like a duck, and he's got some ducky feet. That's hilarious. What are those? I'm so sorry. Look at his chest! Even his chest has got really nice detail! From the kneecaps over here to the top of his thighs, like all the way from... Wait a minute. This thing has ankle articulation! Okay, you know, I gotta save that for the last part of the video when we go over articulation. Finding magic in every scene! It's like Disney here. Even on the bottom of the tail, this just looks really cool. Mind you, most of this goes unseen in the movie, so we're seeing all these fantastic details for the first time with this figure. And boy, does he got some blank ducky feet on the bottom. Oh man, all the different antennas jutting off of his legs and his arms. This dude is just stacked on detail, and I'm sorry, I'm just instantly impressed. I can't not be impressed with this figure. Alright, so let's get into articulation. As shown before, the last portion of the tail can go all the way around. It doesn't look like any other part of the tail is going to move. This looks pretty, glued shut, if you ask me. We do have movement in the legs, and they are rather stiff. And also, as shown before, we do have a full 360 degrees turn, Xbox 360, at, I guess, what you would call his ankle or his shin. And we do have articulation in the upper arms and at the elbow, something I definitely wasn't expecting. You're just gonna have to take her easy with the elbow because, you know, let's just zoom in here. When moving the bottom portion of the arm, just be careful if you have this figure. This bottom antenna is going to scratch the underside of this, and you might end up really scuffing up the paint. Possibly, not totally. Oh, wow. I didn't even notice that these were like hook parts over here. That looks really cool. Didn't really realize how small his hands are either. I just wanted to make that known just in case somebody ends up buying this figure off of eBay for a ridiculous price after this. Be wary of this because this might end up scratching your antenna. Although when you look at it like that, it doesn't look like it really touches it too much. It's mostly so when you push it right here. That's mainly when it starts hitting. Also, as shown before, we do have head articulation. He can go all the way around. Look at that. We live and we learn. Second verse, same as the first. You're going to get same amount of arm articulation on the opposite side. Just be careful, because with this guy's satellites and everything jutting out, I wouldn't try pushing his arm all the way around, especially with these over here, which I just learned. I didn't even notice were actually there. This guy blends in, okay? So the arms can't go all the way around, just be aware of these pieces over here. The legs could probably go all the way around too, but let's not push our luck. This guy is very brand new. Full 360 degrees at the ankle. And the tail's deciding to spin again, so yet again, the tail can very much spin. He's got style, he's got class. He's going to be one hell of a shelf killer. Look at that tail. The Bandai Master Detail Movie Monster Series Mecha-Godzilla, or Anime Mecha-Godzilla, or Mecha-Godzilla 4 is a very, very lovely metallic boy. I would suggest getting this guy and adding him to your collection, but since he was a Bandai Premium website exclusive, nearly every version of him on eBay is grossly overpriced, even though the price they're asking for is essentially the price I paid with shipping. The price most people are asking for are going to be in the mid to late 90s. I've seen a few go for 80 and disappear very, very quickly, so if you really want this figure, you don't care about the price, definitely snatch him up very quick. But how does this guy compare to other Mecha-Godzilla figures? I don't have many in my collection, but let's get on with that size comparison. Here is number 1 Platinum Boy next to the Bandai Movie Monster Series Anime King Ghidorah figure, and here he is next to that very same figure as that figure is standing on the very tips of his tails. I don't know why I did this. Here is Platinum Boy next to the Heat Ray Radiation Explosion, whatever this figure was called, Godzilla Earth figure. And here they are staring each other down, which is more than we got in the movie. And here's a wide shot of that very same shot, showing off that Mecha-Godzilla's tail is ridiculously long. Watch out, Shin. And then here's the Platinum Boy with the 10-inch Trendmasters Roaring Mecha-Godzilla 2 figure. Here he is with the 2 Kiryu figures, the Bandai Movie Monster Series version and the Candy Trade version. And here they all are together. All my Mecha Boys Mecha marching on. Here's the Platinum Boy with the Godzilla GMK and Godzilla vs. Mecha-Godzilla double feature Blu-ray. Here he is standing next to the Ultimate Godzilla DVD collection. And here he is on top of his box. Yes, with that tail, he is nearly as long as the box. So as you saw, he's a little bit bigger than some of the Bandai Movie Monster Series figures. Well, you saw 2. He's not as big as a 10-inch Trendmasters figure. And yeah, he's definitely going to be a shelf killer with that tail. But at the end of the day, I really find this figure very much worth it. And as much as I feel that he is worth the price that he is given, I really do hope that we don't see a monthly to bi-monthly release of these figures, because not living in Japan, that's definitely a big bruiser on the wallet. Because when you clock in shipping, you clock in import tax and all that kind of stuff, and if you want to get this guy within the month that you order him, yeah, it's gonna be tough. This would make for a really nice, like, every 5 to 6 month kind of a release. I really want Bandai to do a master detail version of King Ghidorah, you know, like this, with all the detail, all the different articulation and such, and I would really like it if that figure were standing. Sure, he'd be one hell of a shelf hog as well, but I feel like that's drastically needed. Much as I like the other King Ghidorah figure, the flying stance, it's already starting to get old, and it hasn't even been a month yet. But anyway, I have been ShinRobjira. This has been my review of the Master Detail Movie Monster Series Mecha-Godzilla figure from Bandai. In the comment section below, why don't you let me know if you're gonna plan on picking up this pricey Platinum Boy? Let me know how you feel about this Mecha-Godzilla design. While you're doing that, you might as well tell me your favorite Mecha-Godzilla design as well. But anyway, until next time, everybody, I hope you enjoyed. And remember,
May Scream be with you all!
I really have to remember to say that at the end of all my Godzilla videos now, because I only say it every now and then, and I imagine that's confusing. That's like my Godzilla send-off thing. Yeah. Bye!